There goes that man's jock strap.
Oh my God, did you see that?
America's team? Yeah, right.
Oh, baby, it's a big day in sports. There's nothing like battling it out with your teammates all season long to go win a championship. Green Bay's got it this year. Huge move for them. I think it's going to be a game changer.
We have a lot to talk about this busy week in the sports world. Welcome to the In a League of Their Own podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the In a League of Their Own podcast. Today, we're sitting down with Matt and Blair. You guys know them from Four Golf, and they're here to talk about another business exploration, and they love to share it with you guys today. So, Matt and Blair, welcome again, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, very excited to be here. It's actually, I know Blair was on the last time with you guys. I didn't get to be on, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm glad to join with you guys this time. Glad to sit here and talk to you guys.
Good to see the other face to the other side.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, so right now, I guess I'll just kind of give everyone, all your listeners, kind of a idea of what we're working on right now, and what we're working on, what we're doing. So we created a golf community. So I guess I'll kind of let me back up a little bit here. So Blair and I both have been sports guys our entire lives. For me, it was baseball. I know for Blair, it was mostly soccer. So we both didn't get into the golf space until, I would say I got into it about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more now I think about it. But it heightened a lot when I moved out here to Arizona, obviously local to some great courses out here. And, we were both golfing one day, and we were kind of talking about how we kind of missed that community aspect that we had with team sports. Like I said, with soccer and baseball, and golf really didn't have that. You either played by yourself or you go out with some randos, and which you usually get paired with some pretty good people. And we were kind of missing that community aspect. So we kind of thought, what two better people to start a golf community than two completely average golfers who honestly just love having a good time and meeting people, and love just connecting with others. So we created a golf community called the Cactus Golf Club, a kind of spin-off, obviously, of Arizona. So we had to play into the whole cactus thing. And what it is essentially is it's a membership and a community for our members, where we partner with many different golf brands, from large to small companies, from apparel to shoes to golf balls to range finders to
belts, hats, everything,
putting mats, you name it. Golf bags. We literally try to find everything that a golfer would need. And we found some pretty cool brands to be able to partner with. And what they do is they offer our members exclusive offers on all their products. So it is quite literally the best deals that you can find out in golf. Even if some of these brands have already in a sale that's going on for them, for their audience, our members still save money on top of their sale. So there's double dipping as far as all that. And so that's just one small little benefit that is for being a member with us. On top of that, our members get access to our private Facebook group.
And I think with the community that we're going to get into, like you mentioned, we kind of missed that community aspect.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious that I think there's kind of a want for that. If you're I don't know if you're all on TikTok or not, but we see it all the time as far as golfing, content on TikTok. And the comments go for days. So I think, it's definitely a want. People a market that people are kind of looking for, even if they don't know they want it. But I think it's definitely something that people will be really open to for sure.
Absolutely. And the private Facebook group for our members, it allows them to be able to interact with each other, to share kind of what they're working on, share their swing progression. And then we partner with different golf instructors all throughout the United States. We've got one guy, his name's Henry. I forget his last name. I'll probably mispronounce. It starts with an S. But he's from New Mexico, and he was named the Golf Digest one of the instructors of the year last year. So we've got some golf instructors, and some people that are actually really well known and who are some really great instructors. And what they do for our members is they post drills and tips once a week in the Facebook group, where our members can kind of be able to see some feedback that they have, be able to post in the group and post a video of their swing and ask for some instruction as to what they need to be working on. Obviously, if some members want to get a little bit more in depth on their swing, obviously they're going to have to be able to hire on some of these instructors. And a lot of the instructors told us too that they're willing to give our members some pretty good deals on top of that, just being a Cactus Golf Club member. So it's pretty great. And then on top of all of that, in the community, we also do a lot of giveaways. So one big, huge benefit with partnering with all these different brands is we're able to have access to all their products to be able to do as giveaways for our members. So whether like we have a one going on right now. And so if you're listening to this up until February 15th of 2022, anyone that signs up as a Cactus Golf Club member, you are entered to win a mobile launch monitor from Rapsodo. And if I don't know if you know anything about Rapsodo, but they're a pretty I guess they're kind of a tech company in a sense. Their technology is, you have your traditional TrackMan that you use a lot for indoor simulators, which are thousands of dollars to buy one outright. They have a device that connects to your iPhone or iPad, and you're able to, sit in front of it, and it watches your swing, and it tells you how far the ball went. And they have I'm sure they can probably explain a lot better than I can, but some crazy algorithm that's able to measure all of that, what the ball speed is, what your club speed is, the shape of your shot.
I mean, it's an app on your phone too, so you can see the whole shot chart. Hopefully not too many slices, but it might look pretty colorful. It might not. If you play like us, you'll probably see a pretty big spread, but that's all right. So it's pretty cool. And like I said, so anyone that signs up for that first month, they get complete access to be able to win stuff like that. And we've got some other partners, and it's just, with the giveaways, we don't even just offer just product giveaways. We also do a free golf lesson. So we'll partner with an instructor to give away a lesson to someone to be able to work on their game, or we'll pay for someone's green fees one day. Sure. Like our main mission with this is really to make this as much of a no-brainer at all. Everyone benefits in this entire community, from our members to our partners to our instructors, to our brands. Everyone does. So we had this idea to create this community, and we're thinking of ways as to how we can build it out bigger and bigger and bigger. Really, every step's just been adding on top of everything. It's not like everything came together. It's just like, okay, let's do the community. Like, okay, let's partner. Like, okay, let's do the instructors. Like, okay, let's do giveaways. Like, it's kind of all built on top of each other. It's been really cool.
Like our entire mission when we were starting this was, we need to make this, like I said, as much of a no-brainer all sides around as much as possible. And when doing this, that's been our entire mission behind it, is we need to make sure that everyone benefits from this as much as possible. That's why when we negotiate with a lot of these instructors, for brands, we negotiate to get the best deals possible. They might send and say, hey, we'll give you guys 15% off, and we'll respond back and like, let's hop on the phone real quick, and we'll explain to them as to why we need to get 25% off. Like, we keep pushing for our members, and that's literally our goal, is just to help them out as much as possible. We've had some push. Most of our feedback from our partners has been, the partners really like it. They think it's a good idea. It's free. A customer for them. They don't have to do much outreach, and they can get their information as well. And it's just another customer for them. So no harm, no foul. Yeah. And the only pushback that we've ever gotten from any brand is that they have some supply chain issues, so they can't jump on it right now because they're afraid that if the group grows too fast, we're going to sell them out of all their shit. So, that's totally understandable. And we'll keep them, we'll reach back out to them when they get their inventory under control again. But that's kind of a gist of what we're working on. And if anyone, follows us on TikTok, we found a kind of unique way to promote it. So we're going to be putting a golf ball in random places every single day until we hit 1,000 members. So like random places, like we're starting off basic. We'll start in our place, and then like in the hallway outside, and then in the gym, but like in the parking lot, whatever. But like
Dunkin' Donuts,
like just like random places to be able to promote this on social media. And we're kind of just thinking of something kind of obscure and kind of funny to do, and our members can comment on like where they think we should putt next. And we're going to be walking around town with a putting mat, a putter, and a ball for quite some time until we hit our 1,000 members. But honestly, we're having a really good time with this. It's honestly, at the end of the day, like we just had a ton of fun.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah. And even with the community, like we talked about doing, like even with all the majors, we're gonna do some, we're planning on doing some I guess what me and my friend group do is like a draft basically for each major. So we're going to do some groupings of, you're going to draft your team, and, whoever has the best score amongst that, team in that group for the major, you're going to win a little giveaway or something, and, kind of have fun with it that way as well. So kind of have some skin in the game that way, have a little more, reason to watch if you're not already. So I think that'll be fun too. Just kind of have some, friendly fun there as well.
Yeah. And I know we're throwing a ton out your listeners right now, like just word vomiting, like everything that we're doing, but like, I hope like everyone can sense like the excitement. Like we're honestly really excited, and like we're just trying to portray as much as possible just to how much of a no-brainer it is for everyone just to join, just to even try it out, just to be able to see if this is something they want to join. As we grow, we're going to keep acquiring more and more different partners, bigger and bigger and bigger partners. And that's the goal, is to help all you guys save money, because golf is not a cheap sport, especially out here in Arizona. Like you pay some during this in-season times, you're lucky to find something like around under $100. Like it's crazy. So golf is expensive, and it's kind of something that pushes people away sometimes, is to try and get into the sport, is because they don't want to pay too much to get into it. So we're trying to find ways to help people out as well, to be able to help them enter the sport. And that's kind of the vision of what we've got. As the community grows, we're looking to partner with golf courses, and say, hey, we've got 50 members that are local to your course right now. They're within a certain radius. What kind of offer can we send those people to be able to try out your course? So not only that, they're going to save money on the apparel and goods side, they're going to save money on their greens fees too. That's the entire vision, is just to keep growing this. And there's other groups and communities out there, but I'm not going to name one that I was a part of, that like it's a free group. Like you post a video on there and you get hammered with people that are just like critiquing the shit out of your swing. And then like some people take it to the extreme and like make fun of your family and stuff in your way and like what you look like. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like this is crazy. So, we make sure all of our members, when they join the Facebook group, understand the rules, that like, that's not something that we're looking for. We're looking for people to interact with each other, just have a good time. Like, I don't want someone to post a video of their swing and maybe their swing isn't the best looking, which is whatever, that's cool. But like, to have all our members start hating on them, that's just not what we're about. We want everyone to be able to have a good time, honestly, at the end of the day. So that's kind of that's the spiel, basically. That's the whole diatribe for it, basically. That is literally, that's your longest elevator speech I can ever give.
And then for those, you want to just plug your TikTok real quick for the listeners, just so that if they don't follow you, they can go take a look?
Absolutely. So our TikTok is just at Cactus Golf, CACTUS Golf Club. So Cactus Golf Club, not club. Sorry. So we do some fun stuff on there. We'll find some funny trends that are going on, and we just find a way to convert it to golf. And like Blair said, you see the comments just loading up of people that are also in the golf space themselves, and people are craving something like this. They want to interact with others that are all in the same space, and it can be intimidating to interact with someone that's a scratch golfer. And that's not where we are. I'll be straight honest with you. I golf. Not. Yeah, I golf more to have a good time, and I like to stay competitive too. But we just encourage everyone to come try it out, and just to try being a member and give us a shot for a month. I guess I'll plug this right now too for you guys and for your listeners. If you guys, no matter what time of the year that you guys decide you're listening to this, if you go to Cactus, CACTUS Golf Club.com/league, you guys are going to get your first month completely free. Plus your second month will only be $5. So you get literally 2 months for $5 to try out the community and to see if you like it. I can tell you, you're going to, if you use at least like any of the deals, at least even just one of them, you're going to save. That's a $35 value. Yeah, you're going to save way more than that. So that's, and if just try it out. And if you don't like it, you can always cancel. We don't have we're not like a gym membership where you have to cancel 30 days before.
Come in person and write this letter.
Have to give a fingerprint and your social and your second sister. It's crazy. It's just ridiculous. Some of these things, as long as if someone wanted to cancel before the next the bill or the next billing starts, you can cancel. We're not going to punish anyone for trying it out and then not liking it. That's not what we're about. We're about trying to help people out. And so we just encourage your members, and your listeners to try it out, see what it's about, see what the group's about. And you're going to interact with all of us and have a good time. And if, like I said, if you don't want to do it, you can leave. If you like it, I'll love to keep you guys on and to entertain you and hope you win some pretty good giveaways, because as we keep growing, we're going to be doing some pretty cool ones. So
absolutely. And then just another thing for our listeners as well, if you do have any problems with any issues or anything, you can feel free to reach out to us and we could reach out to them as well and help you guys get your problem solved.
Yeah.
Just both ways. So it's not just you guys having to do everything, we're willing to help our members out, get along with you guys as well. So just wanted to put that out there for all of our listeners.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys letting us come on here and kind of giving the whole spiel of what we're doing. And I always appreciate you.
Yeah,
guys.
it's really awesome to have the exposure. Appreciate it. So after all that, any questions about it? And you have anything you want to ask about it, or anything we didn't cover maybe?
I guess just for as far as some context, anybody again listening to this, what are some of the brands, I guess names, for people to kind of put some faces to names as far as the brands they're working with?
Yep. So like I said, we got about 14 as of they're listening. This is January of 2022. We have about 14 to start off right now. Off the top of my head, we talked about Rapsodo with their mobile launch monitor, Blue Tees Golf with their rangefinder. They're the what they tell me,
second biggest or second most selling rangefinder, I think, behind
in Bushnell.
Yeah,
right. So they're a pretty big one. We've got from different apparel companies. One of our favorites, honestly, because it's some local guys to California. They're just some really cool small business guys. It's called Grunk Golfer. So they took drunk golfer and just flipped the two letters, obviously. But they make some pretty cool polos, some awesome designs, really great material. So that's another one that we partner with. We've got
Yada Golf does some polos, some other apparel. Back to Basics does some they have a rangefinder of their own, but they also have a putting mat and a putting mirror that are pretty cool. So they're kind of a cool brand that has some cool stuff.
We have Buka Belt or Buka Belt, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but they have some crazy pattern belts, and they're the belts that are they're not just a set number of holes. It's adjusted every half an inch or something, or some crazy amount. So it's super adjustable. Whole Out Golf Shop, which one we're kind of excited about this one too, is it's just a generic golf shop that sells everything. So this was the only one that kind of gave us feedback that they can't do a blanket discount over everything, because they have some deals with some of the other brands that they can't be included in sales. So everything that they sell, the only thing that our deal doesn't cover is golf clubs. So they have golf balls, golf shoes, other Adidas and Nike polos, all of your major brands there. And they're just kind of a smaller online golf store. I think they have actual physical location, I think actually in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're central Indiana-ish.
But a few other apparels, Outer Links is another one that has some generic apparel. We have a Siren Golf. They have head covers, gloves, towels. They're actually based out of Canada. We have another one. It was, who was it?
I think who you're thinking of.
We have a few other Snowman
there
Golf.
You go, yeah.
I was thinking just as a brand new one, actually, Snowman Golf. And so they got some cool apparel, really cool designs. We're looking at some of their sweatshirts that are pretty sweet. We have a couple cool hats that are coming in for a giveaway. With abominable snowman on the hat and kind of on the patch for a polo. So they got some cool stuff too that are a little smaller that you might not have heard of compared to Rapsodo, Blue Tees.
Yeah. So a lot of these brands, like I said, we're just starting off right now. So as we grow and our members grow, that gives us more leverage to be able to reach out to some of these bigger brands like Travis Matthew and your Under Armour, Nike of the world. world, like your bigger FootJoy, all of like your bigger major brands. Of course, we're still trying to reach out to them right now.
Yeah, trust us, we've already tried.
Believe me, like
we'll come back.
We've reached out to literally anyone you could think of, as far as golf brands, and either they just don't respond because we're just starting it out right now. But as we grow and our members start to increase, it just gives us more and more leverage to be able to partner with them and to offer that deal to our members. So that's the biggest benefit. So a lot of these brands that we just named off right now, a lot of them are smaller brands. They've got some cool shit though. I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of them have some really nice apparel, and they actually care, to be honest with you. Like you're not just another order for them. Like they actually truly care about their customers, and they're going to go above and beyond for their customers as well, which is kind of nice to partner with these people, because as we grow and grow, we want to bring these brands up with us as well.
Well, it's even like Tyler Golf Bags is another one we do. They do make their own golf bags, and they're like handmade by this guy, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's really cool.
It's some really cool stuff. So like I said, I just wanted to make it clear, like a lot of the names that we just gave, everyone's probably like, who the fuck are they? But like that's who we are with right now, and they've got some cool ass shit. So I mean, if you're a person, maybe right now, if you're listening to this really early into 2022, where you're I don't want to say that word, you're like a preppy person where you like to wear like your Travis Matthews and your expensive stuff. Maybe this group isn't the best right now as far as the deals. You can join for all the other stuff too. But give us some time. We're going to be adding some pretty huge brands onto this as we gain more and more leverage with our members. So, but yeah.
I guess for another question, I know you guys talked about kind of one of your early goals is 1,000 members, and you're kind of using the TikTok platform to be able to get there with your fun trend of putting in different places. Obviously, that's more of a short-term goal.
Yeah.
What's kind of a long-term goal for you guys, 3, 5, 10 years down the road? Where do you guys want to see yourselves as far as, I mean, everybody's kind of that kid in a candy shop of like eyes get big, you get this idea of boom, I want this to happen and this to happen. What is that kind of picture for you guys?
I think for me, it's the big course thing, getting on the courses and being able to like partner with a lot of the different courses, being able to send people to courses for, some discounts, get them access to some courses they might not normally play. I think it's one of my big goals for sure. Hopefully we can get to, down the road a little bit once we do get, more leverage, like we mentioned.
I think for mine, we talked about this before too, and it's going to go a little bit off golf here, but, down the road from now, we want to prove that this business model works and be able to branch out into different industries. To help people out in the fitness industry, to help people out in the any industry you can think of that you can do something like this. That's our biggest goal, honestly, is just to keep helping people, more and more people, helping the brands, helping the consumers to be able to try new things and save money at the end of the day, because shit keeps getting more and more expensive. So if we can help them save some money, that's my goal, to be honest. And Blair and I talked about this, many times, is how can we prove that this brand and this business idea works, and then expand it through many different industries. But as far as the Cactus Golf Club, 5 years from now, I would love to I love us to grow as many members as possible, but I want the community aspect to still be a thing. I would love to have meetups with everyone, so we can have like golf outings in major parts of the US to be able to play with a lot of our members, just to have a good time, be able to give away some more stuff, let them go on play some courses like Blair said they may not have played before. That's a huge
something we talked about off before we started recording too. If you're maybe doing like a golf outing or something like that, if we're like a go-to person, like the kind of community or group to come to like promote, like, hey, I have this fundraiser golf outing for whatever it might be, can you help us out, because I know you have some members in this area. Like that would be awesome to be able to like shout that out, get some more people out there, get the name out there more for whatever outing it is, kind of help out that way. I think it'd be really cool, because people that golf like want to golf more, so why not go help out in one of an outing like that and kind of support that as well.
I think the biggest key word in all this is help. Like the biggest goal is to help people out, everyone, no matter who it is, the consumer, the business itself, the instructor. That's our biggest goal with this, is just to help as many people out as possible, and it's just kind of different in a different way, So that's I would say is our long-term goal with everything. But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit still on golf, but a little bit off business wise. Why do you guys think golf is growing at the rate that it currently is? Like, it seems like it's one of the sports. I'm guessing you guys are 25, 6, 7 ish.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yep.
So when we were kids, it was everybody was playing soccer. Now I feel like that's transitioning. Younger kids are wanting to play golf. More people are wanting to play golf. I feel like rates are getting cheaper in a lot of places that don't have, obviously, where it is a prime spot. You're going to have to pay the prime time. It is what it is. Yeah. But just in general, like in the area where we live, prices are pretty cheap usually for a round of golf, 50, $60 with a cart, 18, nice course. And it's just like, prices are getting cheaper, I feel like, to encourage people to get out there more for golf. Why do you think golf is the sport, I guess, that is just booming?
I think it's a couple things. Like, for one, I think people are gravitating towards warmer areas, which kind of leads to it a little bit, because that's where golf is, not that it doesn't exist where, in Minnesota or anything like that, but, there are more courses, I think more denser areas, like that in Phoenix, Florida, whatnot. So I think that's part of it too, or one of the things that's part of it. And then also I think it's just like the image it has, I think it's not seen as anymore, or less so of like, this kind of high class sport. I think you got people like Brooks that kind of bring it more down to earth. Ricky Fowler kind of bring it more down to earth, kind of just, any man's game, kind of you do it. It's kind of fun. And also I think it probably plays off on other sports as well. People probably like injuries, CTE, things like that, probably, gravitating people away from other sports like that. A few things like that. Probably.
That was my first thought, honestly, was originally when I was thinking about it. Like, I played football for a while, and I think, and I never regretted it. I love the sport. But a lot of people, I think there's more and more news now of these brain injuries that some of these players are having. And as much as I want to be a manly man and say, they're getting paid to do this, it is, people are suffering with this shit, and it's kind of crazy. So I think and I don't want to say people are getting softer. That's not the right thing to say, but I think people are
just more aware.
People are more aware that of the risks to some of it. So I think they're trying golf out because it's a little bit less of a physical sport, obviously. And I think one other thing that really two things I'm going to say that really accelerated the growth, especially the past 2 years, is this whole pandemic. That like spiked golf. I mean, crazy fast, just because it was outdoors. It's not super close contact with other people. So like a lot, Arizona, when this whole shit started, shut down, but golf stayed open. And I don't know if it also did. I mean, this was in March, so I'm sure probably golf wasn't big in Wisconsin yet. Obviously, it's more summertime for you guys, but golf stayed open throughout this entire time. And no matter what, you were still able to play. And rates actually got cheaper, which was fucking awesome. So I played TPC Scottsdale during the pandemic for like maybe $100 when it should have cost me like almost 300. So that was pretty cool. But I think that accelerated it recently. And I think on top of that is they're starting to introduce more of like the behind the scenes of golf. And we talked a little bit like miking some of these players, these golfers up for some of the matches. That's been kind of a fun thing. They've been having a lot of those. Was it Capital? Who's the match when they had the Phil Mickelson and
Rogers, Brady,
DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot of those they've been having a lot of that recently, which has been an awesome thing to watch, and it's been exposing golf a little bit more, because golf I think is a sport where it's not. I think golf, and we talked a little about this.
It just always lags behind, I think, just in trends, for one, like just apparel, right? Like it was always this super kind of, taboo thing to kind of dress a certain way on the course, especially
polo shirt, belt, the whole 9 yards, no baggy clothes, like you're going to a wedding almost is what it was like.
Yeah.
It felt like
that's definitely one of the things that just it's a slower to adopt kind of sport, just based on who basically runs the PGA. Not like this one or anything, but it's just kind of been slower to adopt, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool that they're starting to show golf a little bit more nationally on television, which is pretty cool too. Like you would only catch like major events. Obviously
Sunday.
And that's it. It was the last day, and then they didn't showcase it as much. So they made that announcement today that they're going to do that docu-series for this whole 2022 season with some of the big players, and it's going to be exciting to be able to watch that and to see the behind the scenes and how people think and what they're doing out when they're not on the course, and just kind of just the day in the life of them. So I'm excited for them to introduce that, because it's just going to continue the growth more and more for the industry. What do you guys think it's the reason why?
I think it's a couple different things. One, with the whole pandemic thing, that definitely helped, because like you said, obviously the rates and stuff got cheaper where you guys were. There was still snow on the ground at that point, but we didn't have such a crazy winter last year where the snow was gone 2 months earlier than when it normally is. And golf courses were like, you know what, let's open them up, because you're outside. People still need to get outside to do stuff, breathe the fresh air, and it's healthier. It's a healthy option to be. It's good to breathe fresh air, be in the sun, walking around. Like, it's a good physical exercise. One, and then just with how the culture of golf is changing, like you said, it's not so high classed anymore. Where I feel like you're seeing a lot of younger guys, where back in the day it was like Tiger was the one young guy with all these old guys. Now it's all these young kids who don't give a fuck really about anything, and they're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I do. Like Brooks, prime example. Like, he doesn't care. Shows up and he's there to golf. You're there to golf. Outside of that, you're there to have fun. It's not to be a robot. It's not to. And Phil does a great job. A lot of these guys are opening up more, chatting with the crowd as they're walking. It's like, it seems like that's the one sport that kind of like lifted everybody's spirits up almost, as far as like we can get through. And then the Ryder Cup, like how many eyes are on that? Like, I feel like this year it was just amazing to see the U.S. dominate in that fashion.
You guys go?
No, unfortunately.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Ah, man,
that would have been awesome.
Tickets were a lot.
I can imagine.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I had a buddy that went. He's from Arizona, but he ended up going, and he had some cool videos that he was showing me. They were in the grandstands, like right around. I think they're one of the tee boxes. So just watching them, it was pretty cool.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But I think even with the Brooks thing, like you said, like even he's somebody like he's like said multiple times, like he really doesn't practice that much, which I mean makes me feel worse about myself, I guess. But it's kind of cool that he's like kind of cool to open up about that and be so down to earth. It's like, yeah, when my body's hurting, I let it, rest, and I just get out there and play. So I mean, it's kind of makes him seem like less mortal than everybody else. But I think it's kind of cool just being able to see that side of people.
Yeah, I think. Good.
I was gonna say, and then you see the other side, the DeChambeau,
yeah, right,
doing all the math, the whatever, like taking so long,
protractor out.
Yeah, basically, and then that's okay too. It's like you got both sides of the spectrum, but that's the one thing that I feel like golf is getting better at, is speeding it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And now taking away the greens books too. I think that just makes it legit now. It makes golf legit. It's not who can do the best math calculations in their head. And, it's about who can see with their own eyes what's going on and be like, okay, this is what I got to do.
For the greens books, I think it's awesome because you're going to see them like be more human again, right? Like you're going to see that human element of like, man, these guys are going to mess up a little more. I think it's going to be kind of cool to see, and maybe see them get frustrated too. That might be cool to see too.
Well, and the old saying is you drive for show and you putt for dough. Putting's where you win everything. And over the past years with these green books, they've like shown stats, all these people who've won all these events. It's been around the same people winning these because they're good at putting with the greens book. And now you take that away, putting percentages are going to be reset, and we're going to find out who the real good putters are.
Yeah, and I hope they like I said, they mic a lot of these golfers up too, so you can be able to hear them talk the putt out. They're going to be looking with their caddy, trying to read the green. It's breaking left to right. How many feet? How many 2 cups over? It'd be cool to listen to that part of things instead of them just, like you said, going to a certain page and like, all right, when we were over here last time, it was left to right, and then they just know what to do right away. Like, it'd be cool to see them actually get down and to think it out, out loud. That's going to be the fun part. But I was going to include on top of that is another thing that too has been really cool with golf is, and this kind of created a lot of controversy, was just the whole rivalry that it kind of started with Brooks and Bryson. That's been really fun too. Like that brought a lot of attention to the sport, where people started to kind of get excited just to kind of keep up on what was going on. You know, people feed off of that type of disagreements and like controversy. People love that shit, man. So like it kind of created that little divide of Team Brooks and Team Bryson, and it kind of brought a little bit more energy to it. I think that was kind of fun. So I'm excited to, and then that's something that they can't, PGA can't make that happen. That happens naturally, but it's been kind of cool to see that kind of aspect, a little rivalry in a sense, and then kind of see them coming together at the end at the Ryder Cup. They be able to hug it out when they won. That was kind of cool.
I mean, they might be able to facilitate it a little bit by like kind of shading the pairings a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to say don't do it because I love the content, but it would be kind of sketchy. But hey, we'd love to see it.
That'd be fun.
And that just goes, you're a rival, but you respect the person that like at that level, which is the one common thing throughout all professional sports, is that aspect of, all right, I got my ass kicked, but this person still respects me because they understand how good that you respect your opponent. In golf is really that one sport too, because you're playing against yourself. You're not really playing against anybody else. So you have to respect all the other people that you're playing against, because you're really not playing against them. It's just you versus yourself.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The golf is a huge mental game. I love to say I play golf to relax, but I don't fucking relax when I golf. And I ended up getting like 10 times more pissed off than when I started. Like there are times when I play and I feel kind of a little bit relaxed and I feel kind of good. I hit a little hot streak, but like, man, the mental aspect of golf is just, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world. Like it's not like football. When you get pissed at someone, you can just try and fucking run as fast as you can, lower your head and just put it in his chest. Like you try and do that in golf and swing out of your shoes, you're going to slice your drive like 300 yards to the right. Like it's crazy. So golf, the mental thing.
I wish I could slice my drive 300 yards.
That's a pretty good slice. I was going to add too, talking about how like the game of golf has progressed over the years. I think a lot of it too is it's a sport for anybody, man, woman, tall, short, like no matter what. And then to the age part of it, you can pick up your first set of clubs at 6 years old, 60 years old, and it doesn't matter. Like you look at some of these professional sports like hockey, like football, like baseball, to where it takes years, if not decades, to perfect the sport. I mean, if you're naturally born talent with golf, you could pick it up 6 months to a year, and it's like, holy shit. Like if you're doing it for fun, you're doing it for fun, but also it's like there's no age cap to where it's like if you get serious about it and you get really good, okay, there's amateur tours, there's the Corn Ferry. It's like you get to jump into it like that, to where I can't throw on it. Like if I want to get in the NFL right now, like good luck. Like I'm well past my prime and I would have no shot. But golf, if I dedicated my life to it, maybe move to a warmer area where I can golf all year round, get a little bit better shape, and obviously go out multiple times a week. Like that's something that anybody can do. And I feel like that helps a lot with the sport of golf too, that it's like anybody can do it and anybody
barrier to entry. The barrier to entry, that's a good point. The barrier to entry is non-existent for golf.
It's the easiest out of all sports
by far.
And then just a lifetime aspect of it, so you can play it for however long.
So you can't swing anymore.
Literally. And just keep moving that tee up.
It's just like we've all been out there and you've seen those 80, 90-year-old guys moving around 250 right down the middle of like unbelievable. And it's like
he'll just get out there, a little dink it, but it's right in the middle, about 200 yards.
He'll kick my ass every time. Yes, I got paired with two randoms. This was like 2 years ago. It was an older couple, husband and wife. And they were long retired, and they liked playing at this one course that I was playing at, and I was just chatting up with them and. Both of them, I was getting so pissed every time, man. Their ball wouldn't go there very far, but perfectly down the center. And then there's me, and I'm getting all mad. So I'm trying to rip my drive, and I'm slicing it a couple fairways over. They're like,
"Watch this, Grandpa."
They're like, "You can hit another one, honey." And I was like, "Fuck you guys, man." But it was so funny, like, because then they started getting into
drop it my ball, huh?
Yeah, exactly. They started getting into it a little bit, and the guy, he left a putt a little short, and she was like, "Do you want to mark it with my lipstick, honey?" And then she just kept messing with him. It was so funny, but it's true. Like you can keep playing golf forever. You can't, like you said, you can't go and throw some shoulder pads on and hit the field, because
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, even you could. I mean, you won't get too far. You'll probably end up in the back of an ambulance. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just like you said, the barrier to entry is super minimal, which is awesome.
And you don't have to be jacked. You don't have to be jacked. You know, it's like you don't have to be strong. Where these other sports, you need you need the strength.
Absolutely.
Like you just said, you could be some 350-pound guy going out there who's got the greatest form and the greatest swing, right down the middle, right next to the hole in, and it's just like,
yeah,
what?
Exactly. Some of my buddies there are like one of my buddies who's a little taller, but he's pretty skinny. Just bombs his drive, man. I'm like, that just doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get it. Like, I'm sitting over here grinding at the gym every week, and I'm like trying to get my distance up, and this dude just rips one. He doesn't even go to the gym. Like, fuck. But like, it's true. Like, there is no, you can be anyone.
Super humbling. Yeah, super humbling sport.
That's probably the best way to put it, honestly.
And it teaches you patience.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have it, if you don't, right, but that's the battle, you know. The second you lose your patience, your round's over.
Oh, it's immediately until the 18th hole when you hit your drive straight again, and that brings you back to get another tee time.
My cycle is always whenever.
All right, we're going through again, boys. We're going through.
I'm on a hot streak. You can't end it now.
My cycle is always when I get mad enough and I stop taking practice swings. That's when I start hitting some good balls. It doesn't even make sense, but you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then the last thing here, I know you guys mentioned that docu-series. For all of our listeners, I just wanted to run through the names of the people that are on it. Abraham Answer, Daniel Berger, Cameron Champ, Joel Dahman, Tony Finau, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Ricky Fowler, Sergio Garcia, Harry Higgs, Max Homa, Victor Hovland, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Collin Morikawa, Kevin Na, Mito Pereira, Ian Poulter, Xander Schauffele, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and Bubba Watson. And it says literally every single one of the people, it's up to their discretion what they let the cameras record and not record from their personal lives and on the course.
Seems pretty sweet.
That's
awesome. Having like a range of that, like Ian Poulter, one of the older guys on the course, and then also like around the tour,
Collin
like,
Morikawa, young guy who's number 2 in the world. Like,
and then even like Harry,
where did that guy come
somebody
from?
like that, just some like, you know, guy that kind of, I think he won one kind of big tournament last year. I think if I remember right, somebody like that, like that'd be really cool too. I think that's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be awesome.
But yeah, it should be really cool. I know that when that goes on, we can bring you guys on every week. I'm sure they said it's going to be like The Last Dance and like that Formula One thing that you mentioned. So I'd imagine one episode a week.
Yeah,
could come on and we can discuss kind of what's going on after and kind of break it down. I feel like that'd be pretty neat.
It'd be a good watch. Yeah,
I can't imagine like the production behind that, because
Netflix,
and it's crazy. But like, you gotta think of like all of these golfers you just named right off, like maybe 30 of them or whatever.
22. Yep, 22.
You got to think like they all live in different parts of the world too, you know? So like if you're traveling them, if they're following them around everywhere, like obviously they're on some of the major tournaments. They're all local to that area, obviously. But to be able to like see everything that they do, depending on, obviously, like you said, if they're open to it, that's got to be some crazy production. That's gonna
probably got a camera guy and another guy with them 24/7 as much as they can be.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be fun.
They're gonna be at the casino like, all right, stay outside.
That'll be Brooks, double fisted beers.
Exactly. Oh shit, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. I guess kind of transitioning from golf here. I know we were going to dive into it a little bit, but we'll kind of keep it short and sweet just as far as kind of some football talk here, talking NFL. Instead of kind of diving into all the games and all the awards and stuff, I know we were kind of talking about that before we went live. We'll kind of keep it short and sweet. Super Bowl, basically a month away. What are your guys' Super Bowl predictions for the year?
I'll go. I really, I mean, I think it's anybody's game. I think it's a really wide open year. You've seen, it's been one of the weirder years, I think, in NFL. I mean, Tennessee Titans are the 1 seed in the AFC. I want to give them their credit. I think they've had a really good year, but I think they're one of the weaker 1 seeds you've probably ever seen, probably in the last decade, maybe. I think they're probably going to be an underdog in their first game, honestly, even at home. So I think it's really wide open.
With the king.
Yeah, the big dog, even with them, I think they're probably going to be an underdog, honestly, just in the betting market. But I think wide open year. I mean, even the Eagles, I think against the Bucs, I think as banged up as they are, could be upset alert, in the wild card round. So I think my pick, I would go Packers, NFC, AFC. I'm going to go not super chalky. I guess it kind of is, but not really. But I'll go Bills. Bills, Packers. That'd be a good matchup. I mean, you got Rodgers, Allen. That'd be a really sweet matchup to see. And I think the Packers, they're getting a few players back healthy. Darius Smith coming back, Jair Bakhtiari coming back. So
and our center.
We're
fully loaded right now.
Yeah. So I mean, the fact that they did that record they got this year with those 3 key pieces out, I think is huge and a big testament. So I think that'll be a good matchup there.
All right, I'm not much of a NFL guy, but I'm going to give – I agree, Bills Mafia, just because I fucking love the Bills Mafia. I want to see them break tables, okay? I can't imagine them winning, all right? And I'm going to say the Cardinals. I'm going to say local to Arizona, only because I would love them to continue to win, because I have a hookup right now for some tickets for playoff games, and they're sweet tickets. And I get my own private bathroom, food, unlimited drinks. So I would love to see them continue to win. I want to see them keep.
So now all the listeners want the Cardinals to lose.
Yeah, probably.
Screw this guy.
Exactly. But that I would say those are my 2 picks. I'm a Bears fan, so I ain't got nothing else to offer over that.
So who's going to make it in the AFC? Because I know you're going to pick the Packers.
Yep. Yeah. Packers Bengals is who I got.
Bengals, that'd be a fun one. That'd be really fun.
Rematch of earlier in the year that went to overtime and a couple missed kicks. Feel like
couple.
That was like 4 or 5 missed kicks, wasn't it?
I think it was 9 total missed kicks that game.
Yeah.
Crosby Journey's still in the room with you. I'm sure it's not in the trash yet.
Yeah, I know. I got that jersey, and then literally a couple weeks later, that game happened.
My God.
Let's freaking curse. And then I framed it. Now he's doing good. So yeah. My prediction is, as much as I was shitting on them earlier in the year, and then they turned things around. They look really good. Chiefs. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Packers. Mahomes gets back to his 3rd straight Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm rolling with.
The secret to their success?
What?
Mahomes' brother.
I was gonna say he's been the curse, dude.
Yeah,
he's out there. He's out there TikToking this weekend. Big Ben upsets them.
100%, man.
He's been the curse, dude. He's literally been the curse, and it's so funny. Pat McAfee's podcast. I don't know if you guys watch that at all or listen or whatever. He points that out all. During the whole season, he's like, this fucking guy, your brother is literally your curse. Every time he's been at the game doing something, he's been spotted on video by people just doing stupid shit.
That's hard.
They lose, they've lost. And then it's just he went on a hiatus when they went on their 7-game winning streak, wasn't seen in any game, wasn't seen anywhere. And it's just is he going to be there this weekend? That's my nod for the game.
I love when the fans find him and start recording him.
Oh yeah.
They start fucking with them. That's the best part about it.
He was doing a dance in one of the end zones pregame, and it's this motherfucker just spent the last 30 minutes trying to perfect a TikTok, and they're videotaping him as he's keeps messing up. It's how long is it going to take him to do this? But I'm sure Mahomes, he's got that $500 million contract. He's probably, here's a couple stacks, buddy. Stay home. Don't do anything stupid. I'm going to go play football.
But throw your phone in the garbage today. You don't need it. I'll buy it.
Even his wife gets into it too, though. The last one I saw, it was Jackson videotaping his wife, and it's dude, come on, like let Pat like have some space.
You
like,
gotta think that he's like rolling his eyes every time.
Oh my
I bet
gosh.
you they're fucking with him in the locker room too about it.
Oh, you know they
yeah.
are. You know he's getting it every day that he walks in the locker room. You know it.
He's walking in, they're doing the dance that his brother
Corvette.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit. That's hilarious. Oh man. That's good. That's some good shit.
Yeah. I mean, kind of right on the dot here, as far as time. So yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on. Obviously excited for you guys and your next step with Cactus Golf Club, and then obviously for golf as well. I know before we went live, you guys said you're kind of banging your head against the wall with some stuff going on over there. So hopefully that kind of sorts itself out too. But we're excited for you guys.
Make it sort itself out.
Yeah. And we're happy to be tied to you guys, partner with you guys for this. And again, for our listeners, hope you guys see the value in this as well. I know we do. And we look forward to chatting again in the future and working with you guys some more.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Soon.
See ya.